There are 40 million Americans suffering from chronic gut stress, and even more are chronically obese, have energy lags, and are looking for the magic pill that fixes everything. Unfortunately, this often comes with blind faith and a blind eye. It's so important to do the research and come up with your own conclusions whenever possible. Today, we'd like to share what we know about probiotics to help you make the right choices for your health. Benefits of probiotics. Probiotics are good for a number of functions in the body. For instance, they aid in digestion, detox and protect your intestines, reduce cholesterol, eliminate or slow down bad bacteria, and help in the production of niacin, vitamin B6, folic acid, and other minerals. Freeze-dried versus live. You may be hearing about companies freeze-drying their probiotics so they can withstand room temperature. While the freeze-drying process can increase the viability of probiotic strands over the past few years, conditions have to be right. If any moisture enters the packages, the strains are activated and become subject to the damaging effects of any other probiotic that hasn't been refrigerated. On the other hand, when purchasing live strains, it's important to buy them from a company that keeps them refrigerated. This includes the shipping process too. If you buy live strands online, you want to be sure they're kept in a refrigerated car and packaged with materials that keep the probiotics cold once they're sitting on your doorstep. Refrigeration is key. Now that we've talked about what probiotics are good for, it's important to make sure they live long enough to do their magic. And there's a lot of talk these days about coffee killing probiotics. Truth is, there's no evidence whatsoever that coffee kills the probiotics in your system. However, in some instances, coffee has increased the levels of good bacteria in the gut. The interesting thing is, heat can kill probiotics. Perhaps this is where people get confused, since coffee is usually served hot and it happens to be something nearly everyone consumes first thing in the morning. The way around this issue is simply to avoid eating or drinking anything hot for 30 minutes before or after taking your probiotics, which should always be taken on an empty stomach. While we're on the subject, let's take a look at how coffee can affect your body. Triggers stress. Because coffee is a stimulant, the caffeine triggers the sympathetic nervous system's natural fight-or-flight response. It puts your body into an increased state of chronic stress, which can cause cortisol increases and adrenal gland burnout. Insulin resistance. Caffeine is known to exaggerate the glucose-insulin response in those who have already shown signs of insulin resistance. While the effect on insulin resistance can vary from person to person based on their level of sensitivity, it's important to note caffeine's impact. If you're already bordering on insulin resistance or have become insulin resistant, it may be wise to remove caffeine from your diet. So while a daily coffee ritual won't necessarily impact your nutritional program too dramatically, it can still be a problem. Its health effects are far more reaching than the simple awake feeling we get in the morning. If you're a coffee drinker and also take probiotics, timing is your most important piece of information in this video. Remember, take them on an empty stomach and don't eat or drink anything hot for at least 30 minutes. Follow that rule and you'll be just fine. Meanwhile, if you'd like to learn more, come on over and visit our site today. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.